Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of English Every Day. I'm Sarah, and I'm excited to be your guide through the wonderful world of daily routines and breakfast vocabulary in English.
And I'm David. It's great to be here with you all today. Learning vocabulary for daily routines is essential for anyone wanting to improve their English conversation skills. After all, these are words and phrases we use every single day.
Absolutely, David. Today's episode is going to be particularly useful because we'll focus on vocabulary related to morning routines and breakfast, arguably the most important meal of the day.
That's right. We'll cover vocabulary for different times of the day, but we'll pay special attention to morning activities and breakfast foods. So, shall we dive right in?
Let's do it. First, let's talk about how we describe the different parts of the day in English. We have morning, which is generally from sunrise until noon, then afternoon, which is from noon until around 5 or 6 p.m. Evening follows from there until bedtime, and night is typically from bedtime until sunrise.
And don't forget the specific times like noon for 12 p.m. and midnight for 12 a.m. It's also important to know which prepositions we use with these time expressions.
Great point. We say in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening, but at night. We also use at for specific times like at noon or at midnight.
And we use on with specific days, like on Monday or on weekends. Now, Sarah, could you walk us through some common morning routine vocabulary?
I'd be happy to. Let's start from the very beginning of the day. The first thing most people do is wake up, which means to stop sleeping. After that, many people get up, which means to physically leave their bed.
Right, and it's important to note the difference between those terms. You can wake up, but still stay in bed for a while, scrolling through your phone, but getting up means you're actually leaving your bed.
Exactly. After getting up, people often take a shower or have a shower. Both phrases are correct in English. Then they might brush their teeth and comb or brush their hair.
Many people also get dressed or put on clothes before heading to the kitchen. What's a common phrase for making the first meal of the day, Sarah?
We say make breakfast or sometimes prepare breakfast. And then, of course, we eat breakfast or have breakfast. Both expressions are perfectly correct in English.
Let's focus on breakfast vocabulary now. What are some common breakfast foods in English-speaking countries?
There are quite a few. Some of the most common include eggs, which can be scrambled, fried, poached, or boiled, toast, which is grilled bread, cereal like cornflakes or oatmeal, bacon, sausages, and pancakes.
Don't forget bagels, muffins, and croissants. In the UK, many people also eat baked beans for breakfast, which might seem unusual to people from other countries.
Absolutely. And for drinks, people might have coffee, tea, orange juice, apple juice, or milk. Some people also like smoothies for breakfast, which are drinks made from blended fruits or vegetables.
Let's put some of these words into full sentences to show how they're used in context. For example, I usually have a cup of coffee with my breakfast, or I like to eat scrambled eggs on toast in the morning.
Great examples. Here's another one. On weekends, I love making pancakes with maple syrup for breakfast. Now, let's talk about some condiments or toppings people might add to their breakfast foods.
Good idea. Common breakfast condiments include butter, jam, honey, marmalade, which is a type of citrus fruit preserve, peanut butter, and sometimes ketchup or hot sauce for eggs.
And don't forget salt and pepper for seasoning. Now, let's move on to what happens after breakfast in a typical morning routine.
After breakfast, many people brush their teeth again and then leave for work or go to school. Some people commute, which means to travel regularly between home and work or school.
And they might catch a bus, take the train, drive to work, or walk to school. All of these are correct ways to talk about transportation to work or school.
Now let's practice putting these phrases together in a complete morning routine. I'll start. I wake up at 7 a.m. and get up right away.
Then I take a shower, brush my teeth, and get dressed.
After that, I go to the kitchen and make breakfast. I usually have cereal with milk and a cup of coffee.
Then I brush my teeth again, grab my bag, and leave for work. I drive to work, which takes about 20 minutes.
Perfect. That's a great example of how to describe a complete morning routine. Now, let's talk about adverbs of frequency, which are really useful when describing routines.
Absolutely. These words tell us how often we do something. From most frequent to least frequent, we have always, 100% of the time, usually about 90%, often about 70%, sometimes about 50%, rarely about 10%, and never 0%.
So you might say, I always brush my teeth in the morning. I usually have coffee for breakfast. I sometimes eat a big breakfast on weekends, or I never skip breakfast.
These adverbs typically go before the main verb, but after the verb to be. For example, I always eat breakfast, but I am always hungry in the morning.
Great explanation, Sarah. Now let's move on beyond the morning and briefly touch on vocabulary for the rest of the day. What are some common afternoon activities?
In the afternoon, people often say they eat lunch or have lunch. They might also work, study, run errands, which means to do small tasks or chores, or go shopping.
And what about evening activities?
In the evening, people might go home, cook dinner or make dinner, eat dinner or have dinner, and wash the dishes or do the dishes. They might also watch TV, read a book, or spend time with family.
And finally, to end the day, people go to bed and fall asleep. It's important to note that go to bed means to get into your bed with the intention of sleeping, while fall asleep is the actual moment when you begin sleeping.
Very good distinction. Now, let's practice putting together a full daily routine using transition words like first, then, after that, next, and finally, to make our description flow naturally.
Great idea. Here's an example. First, I wake up at 7 a.m. and take a shower. Then I get dressed and make breakfast. After that, I drive to work. Next, I work until 5 p.m. Finally, I go home and cook dinner.
That's perfect, David. Let's summarize what we've covered today. We've learned vocabulary for different times of day, morning routine activities, breakfast foods and drinks, and activities for the rest of the day.
We've also discussed adverbs of frequency and transition words to help make our descriptions flow more naturally.
Absolutely. And before we wrap up, let's challenge our listeners to practice. Try describing your own daily routine using the vocabulary we've covered today. If you're learning English, this is a fantastic way to practice common, everyday expressions.
That's a great suggestion. Well, it looks like we've come to the end of today's episode. Thank you all for listening to English Every Day.
We hope you found this vocabulary lesson helpful. Remember to subscribe to our podcast for more English learning content. Join us next time when we'll be discussing vocabulary for shopping and running errands.
Until then, keep practicing your English every day. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, and have a wonderful day.